Back courtside to Goodman Gym, where Carson-Newman triumphs over the Catawba Indians, 104-89. Adam Cavalier alongside head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, what an effort on the road to pick up a 15-point win in a gym that you hadn't won at the last three tries, and do it with spectacular defense in the second half. The final numbers probably don't bear out just how good you were defensively. Catawba got frisky late when you were up by 22 in the final moments, knocked down 6 threes in the final 2 minutes.
Well, there was no game pressure, right.
What about the job of your squad, especially in the second half, to put together 13-1 and 14-3 runs to put it away here in Goodman?
Well, we were talking about strategizing for this game, what we wanted to do. We knew this was going to be the last game of the year here. It was senior day. Jaron Morrison, who's been an elite scorer for 4 seasons, we felt like that this would be just the kind of day where he'd come here and get you 35-40, in his swan song. So we really decided to go with another strategy, and we let Cameron Holmes and Malik Abraham really just split time, basically. And they tried to limit touches, impact his efficiency, impact his punch. And I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. He has 8 points the first half, 2 the second, does not make a field goal the second half. And he's leading our league in scoring, averaging almost 22 points a game. So credit to those two guys for doing an outstanding job. Holmes and Malik Abraham did an outstanding job. And they combined. It's funny because they combined to put more points on the board than Morrison did by himself. So it worked out well on both sides of the ball.
Second half starts with a furious 13-1 run, 9 of which were scored by Charles Clark. He finishes with 28, and if he's not SAC Player of the Week, you'll eat your shirt or something like that. Averages 29 for the week.
Well, I think his performances this week speak for themselves.
Oh, Mason Bates says he's the SAC Player of the Week.
I'm fine with a co-player of the week.
I'm good with that, too. I mean, double-double today plus a career-high 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
You've had a double-double before. Oh, he's talking about SAC Player of the Week. Mason Bates is talking off microphone, and it's really unprofessional. He needs to wait his turn. Let's focus on this game, Chuck. You were really efficient offensively. 62% shooting, best shooting percentage on the road this season. What did you do to make the offense click so effectively?
Well, it probably goes back to the glorious practice we had yesterday. Our performance goes back to the glorious practice, and that's obviously not the fact. In fact, it was one of those everybody's ready to kill everybody. Let's quit practicing. We're going to get beat by 40 kind of days. So I don't know. I think Grant Teichman called. He said, well, Coach, we got the bad stuff out on Friday. The good stuff will be on Saturday. So the positive-minded person that Grant is, thankfully he was correct.
Let's revisit Mason Bates now that he's out of earshot. 18 points, 13 rebounds. Yeah. Why was he so dominant on the glass in a game that you talked about rebounding pregame and how good of a
number in our league in offensive rebounding?
Yeah, and you out-rebounded by 16.
Yeah. Well, Mason, he's a redshirt junior, so he's been in this game. He and Charles and Taylor Hawkins have been in this game, and had never won here. We've won at our place consistently, but we never won here. And I know for Mason and Charles both, this was a big deal to get a win in this gym before careers were over. Now Mason will get another chance next year. Obviously, this was it for Charles, and it's an ironic kind of thing because you have Morrison and Charles came into this league 4 years ago as freshmen. Morrison wins freshman player of the year. Charles is runner up, and I know Charles too well to know that these kind of opportunities fuel him. He doesn't say anything about it, but they fuel him, and he wants to try to really make a mark. And I think he and Mason both did today on the floor for sure.
It feels like he's done this a number of times now. Outperformed Morrison in the meeting at Holt earlier this year when he went off for 30, and goes back to his junior year too when he was battling Randall Shaw for the league scoring title and did similar things in those circumstances. Is there a look in his eyes that he gets before the game that lets you know that it's on?
Yeah, I've coached this guy a long time, a lot of games, and you never. it's not that I've never seen Charles come into a game sort of not really ready, but he had a little air about him and a tone to just his look today and sort of the vibe he was putting off that he really wanted to perform well himself and wanted our team to perform at a very high level so we could earn a win.
Turn your attention now to the #1 team in the country. Play Lincoln Memorial on Wednesday night in Harrogate. What do you have to do to get ready for an ultra-talented Splitters group?
That's a great question. We need to go in. I've not really thought about that one since last time we played them. I've been so locked into the moment. So the ride back tonight, that'll be something I'll give a lot of thought to. Obviously, we're not happy with the performance earlier this year at home, and now we go on the road. Now, I will say that, we've gone on the road to Lincoln Memorial when they've been ranked #1 in the country before and won. So it's not like it's something that we don't know how to do potentially, but they are elite. They are elite, and Coach Schertz has, done it again. He just the magic he pulls, and so it'll take our best to come out there with a win. It'll take our absolute best, and hopefully we'll be healthy and ready to perform at that level.
Chuck, pleasure as always. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Thanks, Cal.
That's Carson.